Hi everybody, this is Risa from Hudson Valley Vintage. I am making a serving tray and I wanted you to see what it will look like when it's done. Isn't that pretty? Today we're going to use the furniture wax from Miss Mustard Seeds to finish it off. This is what it's going to look like though with the hardware. So these are not actually attached yet. Little trick there. So let me put them away. I'll get my wax. This is the wax we're going to be using. Miss Mustard Seeds furniture wax. It's the clear furniture wax. So this is a 18-inch round piece of pine. I got this at Home Depot. The transfer is all done. As I said, it's a redesign with Prima transfer. I did that yesterday, and today we're finishing up by putting on the furniture wax. So the paint that I have on here is I have one coat of Miss Mustard Seeds milk paint in Curio, which is their brown, and then on top of that I have Fusion Mineral Paint in Little Piggy. I don't know if you can see that well, but I've distressed it in certain areas so you can see the brown showing through. The reason I do that is because this is just new pine and I don't want it to look new. If I distress it, I want it to look old. So that's why I did it that way. So the Miss Mustard Seeds furniture wax, I think you can even tell here it's super, super smooth. It's like butter, as they say. It's super creamy. And some furniture waxes are not. Many furniture waxes on the market are hard. So what you have to do is sort of go like this with your wax brush. This is actually a wax brush that's made for a different paint line that has a hard wax. And you have to go like this and try to soften it up. And that's too much work for me. So I'm not doing that. I like it easy. So what I use, I don't even use a wax brush. I use a natural bristle paintbrush. So that's what I'm going to use to apply this today. And then to buff it, I just use blue shop cloths. They're really great. You can get them in any hardware store or probably home store. I'm just going to dip a little bit in, not too much, and I'm just going to spread it out on my piece, whether you're doing a project like this or a wood sign or a piece of furniture. You can apply the wax the same way. And you're probably wondering why I'm using so little. I think I showed you, I don't have much on my brush. Well, when you're waxing a piece, less is always better. You don't want to be applying too much wax because then you're going to have a tough time buffing it. So I'm just going to spread it around on the sides a little bit. Super easy. You could even use if you don't have a brush like this or a wax brush, you can even apply it with the shop cloths. Okay, so I think I'm good. So now once I apply my wax and I'm done with that, I'm just going to take a shop cloth and I'm going to go over it and just wipe back the excess. So now what I'm going to do is just take a clean part of my cloth and I'm going to start buffing. And buffing just generally is taking a lint-free cloth and buffing back and forth. Now with the wax, I don't know if you can see that, but it's really popping out more. It brings out the depth of the paint color. So you do have to buff when you're using wax. It's really not hard. It's pretty simple. I will admit though, if I am buffing a large piece like a dresser and it has a long level area, only for the level areas that are flat, I might use a electric buffer. Just a really simple electric buffer to do this part. Because you really want to buff it enough. You don't want it to be sticky or tacky. So I put a very, very thin coat on. And what's happening as I'm buffing is I'm getting a nice sheen. I'm going to show you that part again because it's easier to see. But I'm getting a nice sheen on there, which is a really pretty finish. The more you buff it, the smoother you can feel it is. And even as you're moving your cloth, you can feel where it's buffed enough because it just slides super easily. When you hit a spot that's a little tougher to buff, like I'm hitting right here, that means I haven't buffed it enough. And I always tell people in my workshops, you can't over buff. At least I don't think you can. So the more you buff, the better it looks. And what I'll do is when I'm done, I'll turn the camera around and show you what it looks like. So now I'm going to go around and just quickly do these sides here. And that's it. That's all there is to it. So let me turn this camera around so you guys can see it closer. There we go. So I don't know if you can see all in here just how finished it looks now. Before it looked great, but now you see that shine that it's got now? That's the wax doing its job, and it's super smooth, and I love it. We sell Fusion Mineral Paint and Miss Mustard Seeds Milk Paint at Hudson Valley Vintage. Let me pick this up. And we also sell our paints online on our website at HV Vintage. So hvvintage.com. So you can get us either way. Okay, so if you have any questions about the furniture wax or about anything else, please post it in the comments and I will get back to you as soon as I can, very soon. If you know anybody that you think would find this useful, feel free to share, and I guess that's about it. All right, have a great day, and we will be back very soon. Take care.